All right, I'm swapping doors on my 2005 Dodge Sprinter. This just happens to be a 158 wheelbase, super high ceiling, but all the front doors are relatively the same. So mine has an electronic actuated window. It's rusty, pretty rotten out on the side. So I have this donor door that's rust free, but it happened to be a cranking window, so I need to swap the guts over. So there's a bunch of videos out there on how to remove the door panels. You know, you take the bottom off, pop them up, and then you pop the sort of hand rests or door closing part out, and then pop the controls up, unplug the control, and there's two T30 bits that are buried. You undo those, you pop these clips that way, take this section off, lift it up, and you've got access. Then you've got this attached to the door handle. You pop this out, and then there's a retaining clip on this. You lift it up, move this over, pull it out, and you have a pretty bare door. In terms of the bolts that hold it in, they're T45s all around. Two of these are for the hinge, two are for the mirror, and then there's one embedded in there, which I'm like is kind of a nightmare design because hopefully you have a magnetic tip. Getting that out can be dicey. I mean, put your finger under there. I caught this side. So not an ideal design, but in any case. And then you've got two here, T45, and then two there. And then you want to pull the body side of this out, and you've got 4 clips total, 4 plugs. The black one's the hardest. It's got a pinch, remove, just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And then I think it's like yellow to white, blue to black. I'm not sure why that is. And then you've got a 4th one, which would be for your mirror. And it's going to be probably a little farther in this rubber boot. Yeah, and then you'll have to undo the tape to get this, and this obviously comes off separate. It runs up here and then out. There's a rubber grommet in there, and that runs to the mirror, assuming you have the heated mirror options. So I happen to, obviously I'm going to clean up the rust on that, but yeah, so I just wanted to give people an idea of what's going on in here. There's one other bolt right here that holds this plastic bracket in place. If you remove that, you can basically just pivot this. I haven't gotten to the other end of the wire, and I don't plan to. So if you want to get them all the way out, I think that's what you have to do. Maybe you can just go in and get the wires. I know if you pop the mirror out, the wires are exposed, but I can't imagine it'd be easy to route back in. All right, I think that's it. But yeah, like I said, I popped this out, and I learned the clip behind this, it's supposed to be mirrored, but I broke this one. There's a stop right there. In order to get the door handle, the crank handle for the window off, you basically just push it the opposite way of that little stop. So this will be here, the body panel, and you just push it, and it's probably clocked in line one way or the other with the handle. Push it whichever way it goes to play around with it a little bit, assuming you don't want to break it. For me, I'm obviously putting the electronics in this door, so didn't matter if I broke it. But just give you some idea what you got to do behind the scenes there. So I can't imagine it's going to be too difficult to swap this over. I think this has a different locking mechanism than my door, but I'm pulling the hinge, pulling this bracket out. It's got the same sort of sprocket. And obviously I'm just going to be taking all the wiring and everything from this door, moving it over. It's got all the same holes. Obviously they're just not utilized the same for the different types of doors. But there you go. I'll take this bracket off, and we are cooking. That's it.